It's funny now that we're in this day and age where doctors are giving prescriptions to forest bathe. I don't know if any of you have heard about that, but forest bathing now is people going out into the woods to lower their blood pressure for their health, and it's a real thing now. I've been bathing in the forest since I was a baby, but you have to get certified to be a forest bather. I would just willingly take people out, but I thought that was a funny thing, but it's true. The woods can lower your blood pressure and they can take away your stress, and doctors are paying attention to something so simple as that. It is actually really, really funny that we have doctors out there and people out there that have gone through so many years of college and school and training to understand that nature can heal. So the whole life journey has not been about accumulating things, accumulating money, or accumulating anything. It's been about this,
your spirit.
Yeah, cultivating spirit, and the seed of the heart that grows inside and comes out is about stilling the mind and opening the heart. And all of that work with the mind-heart thing, that was the journey, was to overcome. The more I wanted to get in here and the more I had to do, this would always interfere. This was constantly interfering with my work on myself. I was my own distraction. And I'm not pushing that head stuff out and saying that that's the world and it's not me, but it was me. I was part of that world. Because you know what, we're being drawn into it. So it's like, and I'm pulling away. And that was the difference between, and which a lot of you people probably will see, the thing that you're recognizing in this conversation right now is we've all been going through the same thing. You know, in your life, you've always been a little different because you've been this empath. You've had this strong empathic heart. And the mind is constantly trying to pull you away, and sometimes it gets irritating. And you always are trying to sink back in. And then you're around people, like I say, when you're a strong empath, the people that want to be with us, it's really hard to have two people that give together, because it's like, hey, can I give you this? No, I don't want to take that. So it's hard for you to give when somebody's not wanting to receive. It's easier in a relationship if you have a giver and a taker. But the only thing that happens with that is usually the balance gets offset, because the taker's taking too much and the giver's giving too much. Sometimes there's a balance. People are well balanced with their give and take. Some people have this empathy and they can say, Julie's always telling me constantly, if I don't allow somebody to give to me, then I'm taking away their power, because it makes me feel good to give. So if somebody wants to give to me and I don't accept it, then they can't feel that goodness that I feel when I give.
Exactly.
So when I think about that, and I go, whoa, that makes sense. That makes sense. So I bow my head and I accept it, and if it gives them joy, then that makes me happy too. So there's got to be a balance. There's an extreme empath, which is what I am, and then there's an extreme head person, which is called narcissism, which you all know, and they give too much, and those two, the narcissists, want to find an extreme empath, because you know what? There's no boundaries then. There's no limit to what they can ask for.
You're like a blank check.
Yeah, that's perfect. A blank check, and go have fun.
Yeah.
And somebody's going to do the
money
work
runs
for you.
Out, they still take.
Yeah. So we become kind of a survival host for these people caught up in the narcissistic world, and we become something that they really need to grasp onto, and then we spend our life trying to shake it, because we don't know what's happening. We keep giving. Somebody's not happy. They keep asking for more and more and more. And next thing you know, you're gone. You're gone, and you're like, whoa, I'm feeling really sad and depressed, and I need to get out of this because I need to find myself. Or you're just in it, and you're getting beat down. So it's really important to make that contact, to understand your own mind, your own heart, and how you work that through. You know what I mean? When you're in head, you're going to feel a certain way. You're going to feel certain things. You're going to feel maybe a little self-centered. And you're going to say, whoa, I'm up here, pull back, pull back. And then when you're in here, you're going to recognize when somebody's doing that, and they're going to come across and they're going to be like, oh man, I got this happening and this is going on. And the thing about empaths is they don't ask for help.
No.
Most of the time they don't ask for help. So when you got somebody constantly reaching out for you and they're going, hey, 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 and you're constantly giving, you got to pull back. You got to pull back and say, you know what? I got to protect myself. And then you got to realize that you're going to help them by pulling back. You're going to help them come out of this and come in. So the more that we go and we feed the ego and we feed narcissism at whatever balance it is on that scale, because there's different levels. We, like I told you before, we all have it. We go back and forth. It's just that as you get more aware of it, you go back and forth less. And if you do go back and forth, you're aware of you're going back and forth, and you control it. You control this. This is the whole training of the human being to reconnect with nature. It's all about you understanding yourself when you're in head, when you're in heart, and getting that time so that it's just like breathing. It's like a breathing practice, you know, like you do yoga. Well, you have to do the work of ego to heart, head to heart. You got to do that work, and you got to balance it out. I'm still working on it because, like I said, I'm an extreme empath. And Saul, I didn't even know what an empath was. I didn't know what an empath was. And I was sitting at a bar with Saul at a birthday party. And I was telling him, like, man, this is going on, and I can't figure it out. And he goes, you're an empath. And I go, what the hell is an empath? And he goes, they feel other people's feelings. If I'm extreme to the point that if I'm around a certain person and they got a nervous twitch in their eye, I got a nervous twitch in my eye. If I'm around somebody that's got an accent, I got their accent.
He does that.
You can tell who I've been around because I start to speak like them. It's like you're a chameleon. Whoever you're around, you absorb and you become, and your camouflage comes up. And your camouflage comes up as an empath, you become them. So he was explaining this to me. And he says, if you notice, he says, when you're around somebody, when I was in Ireland a week, and I was talking like I was in Ireland my whole life. And it's not like I'm trying to be somebody else, it's just this empathy is so strong.
You're connected.
I connect instantly. And if I watch somebody, I feel their pain, I feel their suffering, I feel their love, I feel their joy, I feel all of this stuff. I am them. Understanding this part of my empathic heart was and doing the work to understand it is very vital to your well-being, to all of our well-being.